probe into claims of apartheid-era fraud nears completion, and murder-accused Johan Kotze gives his version of events. Good evening, I'm Greg Goos. The public protector, Thuli Madonsela, says the initial investigation into allegations of the siphoning of government funds just before the end of apartheid is almost complete. The probe follows a request by advocate Paul Hoffman from the Institute for Accountability in Southern Africa, who wanted the matter to be investigated and the money recovered. His request followed a British intelligence report. The public protector says the investigation has taken longer than expected, but a report will be released soon.
Everything in our power to have a provisional report by the 19th of December. We have got information. We are finalizing the review of that information, and based on that information, we're having a few interviews and to tie up some questions that we have been picking up from the information. We can't indicate at this stage who the interviews will be with, but it will be primarily people within the state.
Murder and rape accused Johan Kotze says 3 men ambushed his former wife in his house in Modimolle in Limpopo in January this year. Kotze's legal counsel's given his client's version in the North Gauteng High Court. Kotze claims that he and his former wife, Bonnette, had a fight about her alleged infidelity before the attack on her. Kotze's advocate then started to cross-examine Bonnette. Leila Magnus reports.
Kotze alleges while he was in the bathroom of his house, he heard a terrible yell and found Bonnette being overpowered in the bedroom by 3 men. The men were wearing pantyhose over their heads. Kotze and Andre Sitole, Pita Motlane and Selo Mpaka pleaded not guilty in the North Gauteng High Court on charges of murder, rape, assault, kidnapping and attempted murder. The case was adjourned until tomorrow morning.
Sentencing procedures in the Anni Dewani murder trial have been postponed until Monday in the Western Cape High Court. This is to allow defence counsel for the convicted, Mgeni, to call a specialist doctor who treated him in hospital to testify in mitigation of sentence. He's recovering from surgery to remove a brain tumour. He was found guilty on Monday of killing Dewani in 2010. The state advocate says they will not call any witnesses in aggravation of sentence. The ANC in the Western Cape has laid an incitement charge against Premier Helen Zille, saying she fueled the flames in recent farm worker demonstrations in the Boerland. The demonstrations turned violent and spread to 15 other towns, resulting in 2 deaths and extensive damage to property. The ANC claims that Zille worsened the situation with some of her comments on social networking site Twitter. Among these was a tweet in which Zille said Lesotho's seasonal workers on the farms were no longer employed, but Zimbabwean workers were legally employed due to an amnesty. The ANC says this created a deeper rift between workers. The UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon's arrived in Cairo and gone straight into talks with the Egyptian president amid efforts to broker a peace deal in Gaza. He's been shuttling between Egypt, Israel and the West Bank since Monday in a bid to bolster ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Peace efforts suffered a blow today when a bomb exploded on a bus in Tel Aviv near Israel's National Defense Headquarters, wounding at least 21 people. The top story at 6 o'clock, the public protector says the initial investigation into allegations of the siphoning of government funds just before the end of apartheid is almost complete.